The story of water is one that is inextricably linked to ours. It is a story that overflows, pouring out through the ages, steeped in rich tradition and history. It has carved out our lands and enriched our farms, quenched our thirst, and carried away our waste. The story of water is thus our story, and we should never forget our part in preserving it. Athi Water has been central in ensuring Kenyans access clean and safe water. However, the story starts way back. Way back. The modernization of our water system dates back to 1913 with the Kikuyu Springs, where a dam was constructed near Magana Flower Farm. Water from the springs was connected to the capital city and thus started the journey to give water to all of Nairobi.
The early 1980s had seen a dip in investment in water sector, where plans were perennially not achieved or followed through. And a very dire period was just the period before the water sector reforms of 2002, in the 90s especially. That's when you really had nothing going on in terms of planning and development or basically any activity in the water sector.
With the population growth from as little as 10,000 in the 1920s to close to 2 million in the 1990s, the water situation needed a lot more input. There were plans put in place to help Kenya achieve water for all by the year 2000. Nairobi had already started seeing the development of dams to capture water at source, like the Sasumua Dam, Ruiru Dam, Ndakaini Dam, among others. However, this was met by serious challenges.
Athi Water Services Board was what was there before and came as a result of the water sector reforms of 2002. These have now been superseded by the Water Act of 2016 that saw the change in mandate and also in name to the current Athi Water Works Development Agency.
In 1999, a policy paper published as a National Policy on Water Resources Management and Development identified these challenges. With the challenges clear, what was needed was a strong leadership to steer the nation in the right direction. That came shortly after with the Water Act of 2002.
The water sector reforms of 2002 are what delinked various functions in the water sector. And we now got three very distinct functions in the water services arm. The first one was oversight and policy. That fell to the ministries. Then it was the Ministry of Water and Irrigation, but now it's called the Ministry of Water and Sanitation, charged with oversight and policy making. Under it, you have planning and development falling under waterworks development agencies. These were then called water services boards. The mandate changed to waterworks development agencies to align them to the devolution nature that Constitution of 2010 came with, where water services were devolved to county governments who more or less own the water utilities, what you can now call the water companies. And the third distinct function was that of operations and maintenance.
The Water Act 2002 brought about some of the following institutions for the management of water and sanitation: Water Resources Management Authority, Regulatory Board, Water Services Board, Water Service Providers, National Water Conservation and Pipeline Corporation, Water Services Trust Fund, and the Water Appeals Board. It is here that we meet Athi Water Services Board for the first time. With a clear mandate of setting up planning, monitoring, and development of bulk infrastructure at the regional level, Athi Water would collect water from source and bring it to the doorstep of county governments, who in turn bring it to the step of every home.
At the Waterworks Agency, global mandate is to do the infrastructure for water and sanitation within the counties of Kiambu, Murang'a, and Nairobi. So by sanitation, I mean the sewerage infrastructure, both the conveyancing and the wastewater treatment. And for water, I mean any waterworks, including piping, intake works, dams, and water treatment plants.